guys, welcome to another Mr. Nobody video, and today we are going to look at the Zwift pace partners. So this is a recent addition to Zwift which I found quite useful, so I'm going to join up on one of the race partners available, which is going to be, who are we going to do? Let's do Group E, Sand and Sequoias, and hopefully we will be able to ride and have some fun with the race partner. Oh dear, let's start going. There we go. Right, so as you can see, you kind of get spawned in with the group, which is useful, but you need to kind of keep the pace going or else you'll get left behind. So it should be a relatively easy, well, I say relatively easy, relatively fast pace. So you'll find yourself kind of dropping behind like this at first, so you just got to put down a bit of power to keep up. Yeah, so just try and stick to the main bulk of the group, and then you can kind of think about getting a warm up. I mean, I'm kind of in at the deep end now. This is always the case with this group. Oh Christ. Okay, here we go. So, yeah. So the way it works is that Zwift spawns like the ghost of a rider, and the ghost rides at a set pace, and you basically have to stick to it as best as you can. I've done this one a couple of times already during my lunch breaks, and I guess the point is that you can kind of all ride in a group together, which is enjoyable, but it also means that you don't overdo your own pacing. So if you notice, the bot is riding at 3.2 watts per kilo. I'm just about dishing 3.2 as well, but the problem is when you're riding in a big group like this, you end up drafting, so your speed ends up increasing, which means you have to let go a little bit. See, I'm overtaking the bot now. It's not good. So if you can kind of let off a little bit and recover if you feel like you're running out of steam. But generally you find yourself playing catch up a little bit at the beginning, but otherwise the rides end up stabilising, and you find your sort of good pace and place in the pack. So we're at the end of the desert segment here, almost near at the end, and then we'll be entering the Titan's Grove part of the map, which is kind of where the magic happens, where the group tends to split up a little bit. But it seems like we've got a tight group today, which is nice. So these guys will probably all be neatly packed in one group going up and through Titan's Grove. So let's see what happens. I think I'm going to have to do a few videos of Zwift where I cover sort of the basics and how it's helped me in my quest to lose weight and basically improve my fitness here. We're losing. Short burst. Yep. That should help me catch up. Yeah, so Zwift has kind of been instrumental in my weight loss journey, because I noticed it it really accelerated my weight loss rate. Just simply being able to do indoor rides like this, and just generally being able to follow a plan. So I'll do some more in-depth videos as to what rides I do to try and keep that weight loss, or that weight coming down at a stable rate. I also need to adjust my position because I tend to slouch like this a bit too much, and I haven't really been able to ride too much or do too much weight training because I have torn ligaments in my right arm. So hopefully we won't be doing any extreme sprints today where I have to yank the arm, because it's not in a good state at the moment, which means I haven't been riding my mountain bike, which is technically why I do all this training, is to drop weight so I can be faster on the mountain bike. I don't really do a lot of road riding outside. But yeah, I've done a lot of indoor miles since last June 2019 when I bought the trainer and I first started using Zwift. In fact, it's probably, now I know for a fact, this is how I've done the bulk of my miles this year. I've just ticked over 11,000 kilometres, which is the furthest I've ever been, as far as I know anyway. You know, just by doing an hour, 2 hours a day of just either active recovery rides or structured training. I'm going to slow it down now. A few Italians in the lobby. Oi! Yeah guys, I hope you've been enjoying the content so far. This will be a new venture that I do alongside the mountain bike videos and the video reviews, which is weird. I don't seem to get a lot of views for the mountain bike videos, but the quick review so far is my best performing video in mountain bike related content anyway. Just fine, I don't mind doing more of those, because at the end of the day I've had some positive feedback from people that you know, they've said in the comment section that they enjoy the content and that they agree with my product review, so that's really good for me anyway. Constructive criticism is always welcome. We're just riding out of the desert into a wooded forest section, and we'll be shortly turning right into Titan's Grove, which is where this ride gets interesting, because the bot's going to be holding 3.2 watts per kilo, and if you look on the right hand side, all the members of the group are holding different power levels, or watt per kilo levels anyway. So there's quite a variety of different weights and power outputs, but here we go. Generally speaking, I'm putting out way too much power. Generally speaking, this is why you might want to use a pace partner, because you end up overcooking on the climbs like I am. It's quite difficult to, you know, keep your legs from sudden bursts of power. I suppose, you know, having a tool like Zwift, where you have access to data like your power, your heart rate, your cadence, that's where it really helps, you know, to iron out your inefficiencies in your cycling, and also the way that you pedal, perhaps. So just get out of the saddle, because these undulating sections can catch you out. And the last thing you want to do is get dropped from the main group, because you'll have to really work hard to catch up again, especially on this section where there's high speed undulation and changes in gradient. Oh, by the way, apologies in advance for the audio because I know it's probably going to be crap, but I've got 2 fans running, and also I don't have a direct drive roller, so I'm on a Kurt Kinetic rock and roll smart control. Yeah. Just let off a little bit. Give the bot a chance to catch up. It's really enjoyable. You know, Zwift in its own right is a really good social tool, you know, to meet cyclists from all over the world as well. So more or less, you'll always have someone to ride with if you want to share the pain and draft with someone. That's kind of what I tend to do if I'm not doing specific training plans. Or just find a group of mainland Europeans, Spanish, French, Italians, Germans, Dutch. We all seem to get on really well and draft each other and go up to the front, share the pain, just to keep up the minimum kilometers per hour. So, okay, well this group is quite tame then. Like 3.2 watts per kilo is it's an alright pace for me. So, I think the last time I tried this, I ended up going averaging 385 watts on this KOM segment. Not today. Or maybe near the top, I don't know. Yeah. It's weird because when you start drafting people on the way up to the hill, to the top of the hill even, you end up dropping the bot. So it's just a case of lowering your cadence a little bit, just lowering your power, and giving it a chance to catch up. There's no point in making a dash for the finish because I didn't hold a fast enough pace anyway. So my PR on this section is Titans Growth KM, 4 minutes 17 seconds. We're about a minute behind. It's fine. 5:10. Try and get some speed up. So, what I've noticed is some people get caught out on the downhill sections because the bot it just keeps on the power. It's just constant 3.2 watts per kilo. So you end up doing this and you speed past, but it's not a defect, it's just you've got to manage your power output specifically for this type of exercise. You know, you kind of just have to abide by the rules and ride with the group and just try and keep as close as possible to the bot, to the pacer. So yeah, probably see some big spikes in power. Oh, whoops. and the bot's falling behind, so you're going to relax for a minute, let the bot catch up. Well, it didn't take as long as I thought. Oops. So yeah, we're now making our way back to the desert through these sections, undulating through the Titan's Grove section. Although see the power output isn't massive, the speed that the group can hold is quite significant through this section, which is a good sign, because when you have a big enough group, you're just absolutely flying. So if you're trying to cover a specific amount of kilometers per week doing group rides, you know, you and your mates can all enter the same server and just smash out miles and kilometers like this. Still feeling quite fresh, so I'll probably keep going for another lap. But generally speaking, this is quite a good system, because you've got, I think it's 4 different pace partners which all cater to different levels of ability. The hardest one being the pro level, which is available on the Road to Ruins section of the map. I tried that once, but I couldn't keep up. It was just way too much for me. This is about the sweet spot. It is frankly the most fun circuit available to, in my opinion anyway. So yeah, I'm just about to rejoin the desert, so I'm going to wrap up the video here. If you're interested in more Zwift content, let me know. I'm happy to record sessions like this and upload them for your benefit. If you enjoy the videos in general, please, it would mean a lot if you can like and subscribe. And yeah, that's kind of what spurs me on to get more content out there. The weather's just changed in the UK, so there won't be a lot of mountain biking going on, not until my right arm is healed. But Zwift and quick reviews are a thing now, so yeah, like and subscribe, stay tuned for more content, and as always, have a good day. Peace out.